Hello everyone and welcome back to a second episode of Fossils and Archaeology. I am so excited. We are getting new dinosaurs, we are improving enclosures, and you know what? Let's just get right into it. And I've started building a second enclosure, which, because I already have some eggs that we can put in here. Now, I know what dinosaurs we're bringing, and you don't know yet. And I will show you when we put them in. Now, I'm thinking that this area right here along the edge of the water, we could switch out with coarse dirt to make it look a little more, I guess, wet. Yeah, I know we could go get mud plugs, but I honestly have never worked with mud and don't really know how to get it. Well, I know you put water in the soil. I wonder if he believes he's a dinosaur as well. He might have. And you know, I'm not the one who's gonna break the facts to him. He can be a dinosaur in his heart if he wants to. I just love the wiggle before hatching. Oh my god. Oh, they're using the scratching poster. Oh, look at them. I wonder how they're gonna look when they grow. Because like right now they have this gradient on their body, and as the terror bird we have, when she was little, she also had a lot of stripes, but now that she's grown up, she has none of the stripes left. I'm kind of curious to see if it's gonna be the same here for the Pachycephalosauruses or not. So did I just make a whole segment talking to myself like this without recording? Yes, I did. But I've decided we just placed down the Pachycephalosauruses, and now we are gonna go try and get some refined glass. Now, what is refined glass, you may ask? Refined glass is glass like any other glass, except the dinosaurs cannot break it. Yes, the dinosaurs can break out of their enclosures if they're not happy. It's anxiety, okay? I feel it, okay? I want refined glass ASAP. So my plan is now to go make a safe mining trip down, get some diamonds so we can gear up in full diamond. But I'm gonna go get some diamonds, then I'm gonna start preparing to go to the Nether, and then I'll bring you along with the Nether. Okay? So there isn't a whole lot of recording of this Nether adventure because let me tell you, currently in this recording I have my mic on. I am dead silent through this whole Nether adventure because I am stressed. I hate the Nether. I just need the quartz and get the flip out again. I don't want to be there. So I spared you from all this. I went and got some quartz. Then I was straight out of there again. You have been spared a lot of silence. And yes, I was in a hurry to get back home. I'm getting better at being in the Nether, but yeah, it's a work in progress, and I'll probably be better at some point. And yes, I did immediately run to our Pachycephalosauruses for some comfort after this adventure. Don't be ashamed. It's okay for comfort. So while mining for diamond and preparing to go to the Nether, I also did find a lot of fossils that I did not throw into the incubator. Well, not incubator, analyzer. You guys weren't here. So we have 7 shale, 2 bio, 5 relic. I believe we can put the Dominican amber chunks in as well. And of course the plant fossils. Oh my god! Yes. That's my favorite bird! We have a... Hi everyone. I returned from a little Nether adventure. We got only a little bit of quartz, but enough to start making some refined glass. However, I got an idea for our terror bird enclosure. So I grabbed some glass and some dirt, and we're gonna try and go make that little cutie a little more viewable instead of... She's kind of tucked away right now compared to our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure. And we need to fix that because she was our first and we love her dearly. Right? Okay, she says she doesn't have stubby legs, but look at her sitting on that log right there. Oh, look at her. So my new idea is the fact that we know how we have already dug this out. So what if we make like it goes a little up, then it goes down, and then around here it starts to go up again to like the normal height level? But then we have like a big surface of like a blank wall. Yes, but we can make that look like a dig site to make the dinosaur theme. You know? I'm gonna try and figure something out. But I really want to be able to see this dino a little easier and in general make the surrounding area of the enclosure just a little prettier, because right now it's just very sad. Then we can dig in a little bit, make it look like people are digging here currently. We can even like, if we could find some fossils, and instead of like actually excavating them for ourselves, we could use the stone shovel with silk touch on it to get the like fossil block itself and then place into this rock ridge. So I brought along some of our volcanic rock, tuff, andesite, and stone in hope that we can kind of like mix. Well, we need to put a lot more dirt actually. In hopes that we can kind of mix this all to make it like a cave-ish. Maybe at one point we can actually get some dripstone as well. That would be pretty cool. Now, little Nuka from the Abyss here. Hello. As you see right now, we're working with the dirt because that was my plan, to have this like hillside over it. Later, I discovered that since it is underground and we are doing the dig side wall on the inside, I changed my mind and I was like, you know what? What if we make it like an actual cave entrance with like a dig side in the middle? So eventually we started filling it out with the tuff, the volcanic rock, cobblestone, cobbled moss, stone, whatever. And I really liked how it turned out. It gave that cave with, you know, a dig side vibe. Okay. So I really like how this turned out. I think it's super... Like, cozy is the wrong word, but it's cozy, okay? I really like what we did with it. And we can now look in, and it feels like an actual cave. The rock formation we just made, we can actually make it here as well. Like, make it into the enclosure. Of course, watch that she can't just jump out. But we can make it on both sides here, so this area, viewing area, completely fits in with the cave entrance. Kind of get hidden if we just bring out the mountain a little bit into the enclosure. Okay, so I gathered some more resources like andesite, stone, cobblestone. I forgot the mossed one. Let's ignore it. So we can do what we talked about on the outside of this to make the... So we can start focusing on filling in the sides of this glass wall to make it look, you know, a little less dirt wall, but a little more cave. Let's hope that our lovely dovely Terrorbird agrees with us joining her enclosure doing this construction and does not attack us. She hasn't shown any signs of aggression so far. And I'm hoping that by bringing a little piece of pork with us, we can maybe convince her that to borrow her space while we build. I have decorated a little bit with some pumpkins in here and some bales of hay. I know she's not gonna eat it at all, but merely to add a little bit of decoration in here. We still need to finish the walls, make them look a little less dirt. And I think by that we start out here around the glass and then we can work outwards. So what I'm thinking is if it starts somewhere around these pods and then go inwards, along with here, we can... I don't know if we should... no, we're gonna leave the door out of it. But bring it out and then bring it back in, along with this edge so it goes down maybe. Also, looking back at these recordings, I am telling you, this recording right here is sped up 130% over the normal speed. So this just made me realize how slow of a builder I am, especially when it comes to this random block placing. I really love the result of it. I am not advanced in grading or shading or whatever. I just place blocks and sometimes I feel like it looks satisfying and then that's what we roll with. But it's a slow process, but I really like how this turned out. That is not terrible. That is not terrible, okay? I like it. Now we just need to mix in some coarse dirt at the bottom and then start working on the second section. Now, you'll see in a moment that I am gonna speed up the clip furthermore because, as we just talked about, I was really slow at placing blocks and it did definitely not help on this side because the area was bigger. So I found it a lot harder to connect these pieces into one at the top. But eventually I figured out a way and I'm really happy how it turned out. It's gonna look a lot better once we add the slabs. Look at that! So we haven't added slabs to the right side yet, nor the coarse dirt. But I really like it. And the fact that we also make it match in, I think I'm gonna make it curve a little bit here to eat some of the stone brick that we have here. To make that look a little more natural as well. But I really like it. Oh, she's playing with the ball. Please don't. I mean, go ahead. See if you can find an exit. Just let me know when you find it and don't just leave, okay? Like you can help me with the no snack time? Okay, I see how it is. What? Was it good? She suddenly joins me up here. I'm gonna be like, damn it, I messed up somewhere. I did a mess ups. But I would rather have her do it while I'm building, so I notice it immediately. And not just suddenly have her standing outside my doorway and be like, what's up? What you doing? Then I would probably be like, huh? And maybe a little scared too. Maybe a little scared too. I see what you're trying to do, but I'm sorry to tell you, your jump is too small. Oh, that was tiring? Okay. I mean, you're trying, okay? I'm gonna give you that. You can also just say you don't like living here. It's fair, I guess. You're gonna try here as well? Okay. Let me know if I'm in the way, okay? You like it? Cool. I think we should start working in slabs already when we get this far out. What? Look at those stuff! I mean... those legs. Sorry. That is pretty cute. I think she's gonna like it, okay? I think she just needs to get used to the fact that we changed up her enclosure. I think she's gonna end up liking this little cave area a lot. And I can't wait to see her nap in it sometime. It's gonna be super adorable. I really like the coarse dirt that we put around it. I think it adds a little more to the terrain. And this little lady is slowly getting a better and better enclosure. I am a little tempted to continue like the rock formation all the way around. I know we started the episode out about these cuties in here that we're going to go take a look at in a moment. And while I would like to give them more attention, I also fear that if I put my mind over into something else way too fast, we're going to kind of forget about our little birdie here. So my primary focus, while these guys are just slowly growing up, becoming so big so fast, is that we focus on... We have protesters in here. Is that we focus on finishing Birdies' enclosure so it's 100% perfect for her to live in. Has everything she needs, looks beautiful. And then we can start moving on to upgrading some of the other enclosures, because I don't like an enclosure like this. It looks very flat, nothing like how I wanted it, where if we just take a look at this area here, it's starting to give something really, really nice, and that's what I want. So the grind continues, and I have some protesters to take care of, so I'll be right back. I had fully committed to the cave wall at this point. I like the idea of having the cave wall and then every once in a while add these small viewing points. So we still had the viewing that we wanted in the start, but still kept it a little more natural from the inside, so it wasn't just this dirt wall. At one point I had to stop myself because I realized I was starting to take up a lot more of an enclosure than I planned to. And while her enclosure is very big and she probably will not realize whatsoever, I also didn't want to make it too small because, you know, I like a big enclosure. And if we do get her friend at some point, I would like not to have to expand the enclosure once again. But I really like what we're doing right here. And it just kept becoming more and more and better, and I just loved it. Now, the reason you have the Nuka from Abyss here is because these last clips, I forgot to turn on my microphone, okay? So, you know, pro YouTuber right here, I forgot to turn on my microphone, so you have the Nuka from the Abyss. But here we are working on the outside of the same wall we just watched before. And I'm actually making a viewing point to the left of us here. Now, as you can see, it has kind of become like a tunnel that goes up and down. And then I've made these holes in the top of the roof, kind of just to bring in some sunlight, to not make it fully a cave. But overall, I have these many small viewing points, and the moments where there ain't a viewing point, I have lifted up the pathway so you can see directly down when you walk on the pathway. Behind the tree here, we also have a small new entry door. Now you see here, we are in the back of the enclosure. I decided to break up the cave walls that we were doing to start making some dirt walls. We did want to leave the dirt walls behind, but we are in the back of the enclosure. So I hoped if I mixed coarse dirt and grass, added some trees and a little bit, we could make it look like an actual hill in the back of the enclosure and not just a plain wall. And I feel like I really succeeded with this. I still want to add a few more blocks to it later, but I definitely like how it ended up turning out. Now, the sand dunes is the part of the enclosure that I am least happy with. I decided to have like a glass wall here in the back to bring in some of the water behind it. But with the sand, I really want to make it like one block and then one block and then one block. But I have to make it 2 blocks high or it's just going to escape. So I need to figure out what we're going to do here in the back so it doesn't look as flat and weird. Eventually, we put in some coarse dirt around the sand and the grass edge and hope to blend it out a little bit without much luck. But as you can see, it looks really odd right now just with the 2 block high sand. The trees have started to grow on the hillside here, and I do kind of like how the grass is expanding. We have the cave entrances, and now we're kind of only needing this corner, which is really nice. We're so close, and I really like how this is turning out. It went from just being around the first glass view to now being the whole wall around. Eventually, I did get my hands on some vines that we can combine into the cobblestone to make more moss cobblestone blocks. And these do so much for this wall, and I love, like, one of my favorite blocks. By adding a little bit of texture through some stairs and some slabs. Now that we have to have them at least 1.5 tall of the block, or else she's gonna escape. We have to be a little creative and watch really carefully where do we place these things. And don't worry, that stone brick wall at the top is gonna disappear as well. You're probably not gonna see it, but I have removed it. It looks natural now, I promise. Eventually, this became the outcome of the enclosure, and I love it to bits. I still want to add some more coarse dirt around the edges to blend it out. I'm gonna see if I can do something about this hillside, make it a little higher maybe. Gonna decorate the sand when I get time for that. I just need to be creative enough to figure out a good solution. And of course we come back to the cave, and I love it so much, and I really hope Birdie does as well. Don't listen to her. And with that, I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around this far. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I love how the enclosure turned out, and I can't wait to expand. I hope I'll see you in the next episode, and that is it for me for today. Bye for now!